Be ready. Start. In June/July 2007, the Ministry of Railways, Rail Mantralay, Railway Board approved the proposal submitted by the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited, hereinafter referred to as IRCTC, for operating a luxury tourist train on a pan-India route within India. Such proposal was made in pursuance of an expression of interest floated by the respondent for a joint venture partner for the said luxury transit train project to operate, manage and run the said train. The proposal was approved subject to certain broad principles for running the said train set out by the Indian Railways in its letter dated 29th November 2007 addressed to the respondent. The petitioner came to be selected as the joint venture shareholder for the operation of the luxury tourist train project. On 11th January 2008, the respondent forwarded the draft Memorandum of Understanding, which was proposed to be executed between the petitioner and the respondent to the Indian Railways. In terms of the said Memorandum of Understanding, the petitioner and the respondent would be equal shareholders of the joint venture company, and the project cost was estimated at rupees 37.5 crores, out of which an amount of rupees 7.5 was to be contributed by the Ministry of Tourism as a grant, and an amount of rupees 15 crores was to be contributed as advance lease rental by the petitioner as its share. In addition to the above, the petitioner was to bring in the funding for the project, and the luxury tourist train was to be leased by the respondent to the joint venture company for a period of 15 years, which could be extended by another period of 10 years on conditions to be mutually agreed between the petitioner and the respondent. The joint venture company was incorporated under the name and style of Royal India Rail Tours Limited. Upon receiving the approval of the Indian Railways, the respondent executed a memorandum of understanding with the petitioner dated 10th July 2008, wherein it was stated that the Ministry of Railways had given the permission to the respondent to own and operate the luxury tourist train for the exclusive use of the joint venture company for a period of 15 years, which was renewable for a further period of 10 years. The said Memorandum of Understanding also contained the various terms and conditions on which the train was to be operated. In terms of the joint venture agreement and the Memorandum of Understanding, a service agreement dated 5th March 2010 was executed between the joint venture company and the Ninth Dimension Hotel and Resorts Private Limited, hereinafter referred to as Maple Hotels, for providing hospitality services on board, and their respective roles and responsibilities were set out in the said agreement. The Maharaja Express commenced operations on 20th March 2010 and completed 4 journeys in the inaugural runs till 31st March 2010 and 30 journeys between April 2010 till April 2011. Whilst the joint venture operations were being conducted, certain disputes arose between the shareholders regarding the working of the joint venture agreement and the Memorandum of Understanding, which ultimately resulted in the termination of the lease agreement by the respondent, IRCTC, by its letter dated 12th August 2011 on the grounds indicated therein. On account of such termination of the lease agreement, The petitioner initiated a proceeding under Section 9 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 under the arbitration agreement contained in Article 30 of the Joint Venture Agreement for staying the termination of the lease agreement and also to allow the arrangements to continue till the month of April 2012 subject to such terms and conditions as may be imposed by the court. As has been submitted by Mr. Mukul Rohatgi, learned senior advocate, appearing for the petitioner, what was of utmost importance and concern to the petitioner was not only the huge investment made by the petitioner in the project, but the loss of goodwill and reputation in the eyes of its clients who were mainly from foreign countries. Discontinuance of operation would also besmirch the reputation of the Indian government. One of the other concerns of the petitioner was that it had been looking after the marketing and the bookings internationally and within India, and such bookings had been made much in advance. It was the case of the petitioner that the joint venture company had received and was holding approximately 400 bookings up to December 2011, and such bookings had been made by various international travel companies. The prayer for interim directions was contested by the respondent on several grounds. One of the grounds taken was that by making relief on the basis of the joint venture agreement, the petitioner was trying to get a lease in favor of the joint venture company, which was neither a party to the proceedings nor to the agreement. Thank you.